Hey guys. It's almost 11.
His championship ring is missing. Who do you think he's gonna be? Come on,
I hope everybody's had a wonderful day. Let's see.
Was that you?
There we are. Okay. So this design's a little complicated. It's not, I don't think it's that complicated. I've only done one other design like this with like the black background. It's a Mardi Gras design that I do that's similar to this. And it's gorgeous and it sells really well, but you do have to kind of be, you know, pay attention when you're painting it and whatever. So, but the best way that I have found to paint it is to, I just usually base coat everything white, like the colorful designs part white, and then paint the bright colors in, and then come back and do the black around the edges. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start with white. We're gonna do our snow cone, our sunshine, and our peace sign. I don't know if any of you, I know one person had painted it and it turned out really cute. I'm gonna stick with the pastels kind of vibe, just because that's how my original drawing was, but I also think this would be beautiful in like your just typical bright summer colors. So, you know, you can definitely paint it either way. I feel like this is I feel like I'm a broken record, because every time I go live, I'm like, I'm just so busy, blah, 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 blah. I'm sure y'all probably get sick of hearing me say that. But I really will say it has been exceptionally busy this past couple of weeks. We went straight from like Easter buckets, and I was nervous, like, because I knew that those sales were going to stop, you know, obviously once we got so close to Easter. It was kind of like, what am I going to fill my time with, and what's going to make money once the Easter buckets are not selling, you know, once that season passes. And lo and behold, I mean, I've been doing banners for a couple of years now. I don't really love doing banners just because I don't like having to stand up and paint. And I don't love just doing like random custom banners, you know what I mean? It's just kind of time consuming to come up with a new design every single time. But the graduation banners are not like that, because it's literally, for the most part, I mean, somebody, like today I had to do one that wanted she's going to x-ray tech school, and so she wanted like some stuff with x-rays in it, and like people that are graduating from like nursing school, they might want like a stethoscope, or like I did one with a welding helmet on it, you know. So I mean, I do have to kind of come up with some different stuff sometimes, but for the most part, it is just, you know, names, and the name of the school and the name of the kid might change or will change, and the colors, but the overall design is exactly the same. So I don't really have to think about it. I just paint it, you know. I don't have to like get super creative, because the design work is already done. I just have to make the sign, you know, with their customizations or whatever. So I don't mind the work. It's just we've sold so many. I don't even know what to attribute the popularity of it to. Normally when I list something to Etsy, you know, it might take, like a lot of times I'll list something seasonal like this year, and it won't sell really well until next year. It's like, just takes it a little while to kind of get in the algorithm and get popular or whatever. But we have sold, I looked earlier today, and I've sold a few since then. We've sold like almost like 160 of those in the last like 3 weeks, which is insane. It is crazy for a brand new listing. Like I literally listed it right before Easter, and maybe a week before Easter. I painted my first, like the first ones were due the Monday after Easter, so I guess I listed them I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Just crazy though. Like, I mean, I'm so thankful, because Lord knows I need the money, but just haven't had that kind of experience with some, I mean, the Easter buckets, obviously we saw a lot of those, but just for a brand new listing to be doing this well is wonderful, but also stressful because it's just a lot of work. But y'all know I like to work, so it's alright. Alright, I'm having the same freaking problem I have every single time. I can't find the button, so let me see your comments. There it is. Hey, Miss Patty. Hey, hey. Yes, yours was the one that I saw painted. That's right. It was so cute. I love it so much. Alright, so let's go ahead with our bright yellow. I'm going to stick with the bright yellow because it's going to end up looking a little bit pastel anyway, just because I'm painting on top of this white. I don't know, as we get into it, I may decide to do it bright colors. We'll just see where my paintbrush takes me. So today, I was just painting along, minding my business. And Charlie, my youngest son's little girlfriend, they're 15. They're freshmen in high school, and they're just sweet as can be. Her mom calls me, and I mean, her mom paints with me sometimes. Like, she's real sweet and normal, and I say normal, but you know what I mean. There are some people you wouldn't just have in your house sitting with you painting all the time. You know what I mean? Like, to work that closely with somebody, you want it to be somebody like you are similar to, and you get along with, and you can talk to, and not, you know, not have to be awkward or like that don't like any of the same things. Anyway, she's great. So, she called me though, or she tried to call me and I didn't answer because my phone's always on silent. But she got Trisha on the phone, and she cleans houses too. Like, she does a lot of different like little side jobs, and it's just her and the girls. So anyway, she was cleaning somebody's house, and she, bless her heart, she was cleaning the tub, and she poured in some like cleaning something, tub cleaner, I don't know, and there wasn't very much left, so she left that house and ran to the DG and got more. And when she came back, and she got a different brand, like she just got something different, I don't know, whatever. When she came back and squirted that in, I don't know if y'all have ever had this happen. I have. That they had like the two different cleaners had a chemical reaction. Like, I don't know if one of them had chlorine or Clorox or what, but anyway, she like inhaled it, and it immediately like burned her throat. And so she called me. I didn't answer because I didn't know my phone. I just didn't hear my phone. And so she talked to Trisha, and she was telling her that, you know, like, I can't breathe good, like, and she sounded pitiful on the phone. And so Trisha was like, well, get off the phone with me, call 911, like, whatever. So I head over there, and the whole time I'm on my way over there, I'm just like, oh Lord, please don't let her be like passed out, like dead. You know, I mean, you just don't, I don't know, like, and I couldn't call her because she was supposed to be calling 911, you know. So, and she's got a long driveway, so she had pulled to the end of the driveway, and she was standing outside, so she was fine. I mean, she was not fine, but she was like upright and walking around, you know, she wasn't like on the ground. And she was able to talk, but she really was like having trouble breathing. She was coughing a lot. She said her throat was like on fire, just really scary. And so they ended up taking her in an ambulance to St. Vincent's, which is just one of our local hospitals here. And they gave her a breathing treatment and a chest x-ray, and she's already back home now, so that's good. But I was afraid, you know, she was like, what do you think I should do? Because like the local like EMT fire department people came first. Like, we just have a volunteer fire department, and they came first, and they were like, well, your vitals are normal, you know, but we definitely think you need to be seen by somebody. So I was like, well, I mean, the ambulance is here, and if you go by ambulance, you know, you get right in. And I mean, I didn't have time I would have taken her if I needed to, but I like was super busy. And so anyway, I was like, the ambulance is here. Like, I mean, if it ain't no difference to you, like, I would just go on in the ambulance and get on in there, because I was afraid to be like, just wait it out, you know, like, your vitals are fine. I know your throat's hurting and you're having, you know, just feels uncomfortable, but like, because that's probably what I would do, just because I hate to go to the doctor or anything. But anyway, so she went, everything was fine. She's back home now. But That was scary. So I've had a similar experience. Okay, this is Key West. This is Caribbean. And then this color is just bright blue. So I am going to go with the brighter colors. Maybe not totally bold and bright, but just brighter. Anyway, we had a stopped up drain in the boys' bathroom years ago. And it would get clogged really easily. And so we were always like steady, like every month having to put some Drano in it. You know, it was annoying. But I just like went to Dollar General, or I don't know if I like had some on hand and then went and bought some more. But anyway, Bright Tiffany thought, I'm gonna pour both of these in there, and you know, just really knock this clog out or whatever. And when I tell y'all, instantly, as soon as those two things like poured in together, it was like that bathroom filled up with this. I mean, it just like shut my throat down. I mean, it felt like breathing in fire. I've never experienced anything before or since. But if I had been stuck in that bathroom somehow, like locked in, I would have died. Like, you could not breathe. And, like, I hurried up. This was in our upstairs. And so I hurried up and got the boys downstairs. And it was just strong all over the house. So I made them leave. Like, we left and then came back. And it was still really strong that night. And so we slept downstairs to like be away from it because it was so strong. So anyway, y'all be careful when you're mixing your cleaning products. If you've never had that happen, it can happen just like that. And she's fine, like I said, she's fine. But it was scary. She was like, I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I did this. I'm so mad at myself. I was like, girl, it was fine. Like, you know. And she was like, I mean, I've been cleaning. And she said, when they called her, when she called 911, they were like, well, you know, basically like, well, was it intentional? Like, were you breathing in it on purpose? And she was like, no, I'm a house cleaner. I just mixed the wrong thing, you know, like, anyway. All right, so this is bright magenta mixed with white. This is Key West. Already so cute. Okay, let's get some purple. And if y'all plan to paint this just like me, you know, just remember we're going to do a thick black outline around the sun and around, like, basically around everything. So, like, if you feel like your lines where they come together are messy, don't stress too much because we're gonna clean that up with a marker or, you know, with a black border at the end. So. Okay. Let's go back in with our pink and do our son's cheeks. Now I did get my letters cut, like 3D cut out with the laser. So I'm not gonna have to hand letter them on here. But if I did, like, I would go ahead and paint the black and then let it dry completely, and then I would do maybe 2 coats of white. One good thing about it's not that hard to paint white on top of black. It actually does a pretty good job. You know, maybe 2 coats is enough, probably. But you don't have to worry about it bleeding when you spray it like you do. Like if you put white over red or white over navy, that is gonna, you know, it's gonna turn your white paint like pink or brown, a weird, ugly color. But black doesn't seem to do that in my experience, so that's a plus for us. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and start filling in the black. Now this brush that I'm using is one of the like medium-sized filbert tipped brushes, so it's brand new. So it's got nice clean edges. You know, it doesn't have any like wild bristles that are going to make it hard for me to outline with this. But if you don't have a brush like this, or you just feel more comfortable, you can totally let the sign dry and then do this part right here with a marker. And I may actually try to let this dry and fill in some of these little crevices that are around, like this little bit in the sun right here, with a marker, just to kind of make it easier. But you got a few options for how to do this. The Mardi Gras one that I have like this is so much more detailed and so many more like little spots where the black background comes through. And I love it, and it's beautiful, and it sells really well, but it's also a total pain in the butt to paint. So I don't know, but this one's not going to be near as bad. This is not at all. And then once we get this painted in, then I'm going to bring my letters up here because they're painted all in different colors. So I'm going to paint them individually as well. I started watching a new good show on Apple TV. If y'all have Apple TV, it's called Neighbors and Friends, or Friends and Neighbors, or something like that. John Hamm is the main character. It's been pretty good so far. I think I'm like 3 or 4 episodes in. I mean, it's a little dirty and language and stuff, but I've definitely seen much worse. It's been pretty interesting. Basically, the story is he's like some kind of stockbroker or some money management, something, wealthy, 2 kids, a wife, in his probably 50s, and his wife, he walks in and finds his wife cheating on him with his best friend. His wife leaves him, says basically he drove her to do it because he wasn't present, whatever. I don't know. Anyway, about that same time, he loses his job, like his big job at this big, brokerage firm or something. I don't know about all those jobs, but anyway, some kind of business job. And so his life just kind of starts to crumble around him. But it's not like a sad, it's drama, but also like kind of funny. Not funny in like a ha-ha way, but like clever, I guess, maybe. I don't know how to describe it, but it's not stressful to watch, you know what I mean? But it's also not just like a comedy at all. But I'm really enjoying it. So he starts finding unconventional ways to make money because he doesn't want his family and friends and like social people, people that know him socially, to know that he lost his job and they don't have any money, and like his ex-wife keeps asking him for money for the kids, and he wants to keep up the facade that everything's fine, so he just keeps saying yes. Anyway, see how easy this was to do the background. Like the Mardi Gras one is not this easy at all. Okay, I'm just gonna get a smaller filbert tipped brush because that's still not really dry enough for me to use a marker. So again, if you have time to just set this off to the side and let it dry, do that, and then just fill in these little holes with a marker or something like that. When I tell y'all, I spent probably 30 minutes trying to draw out this sun. I could not figure out how. It was what I started with on this design. I mean, a lot of times when I start on the design, I really don't know where I'm headed with it. But I started with this sun, and I mean, I drew it and redrew it until I got these rays right. I tried like bouncy rays. I tried like, I mean, I don't even know, gosh, I tried so many different ways to. Well, I mean, either way is fine, Patty. It's just, you know, I mean, if I was going to paint my black first, I would definitely want to sit it off to the side and let it dry completely. But doing the black last does, like, make it easy for you to, like, clean up, you know, any messy edges that you may have. But you know what? You live and you learn. You can do it different next time if you feel like this is better. I did my eyes crooked, didn't I? They're a little bit lopsided. It's fine. Just a quirky little sunshine. I hate when that happens. Oh, good grief. Okay. Okay. Let's set this off to the side for a few minutes while we paint our letters. Alrighty, let's start with our yellow letters. So our L here is going to be yellow. Okay, so second L, no, the first L is yellow. And the second M. And if I had thought about it, I probably, usually if I do 3D letters and I'm painting them, I'll usually spray paint them white first. Just because I feel like it gives just like a neater overall look. Probably really doesn't matter, but it's just in my head. I think it's better. I don't know. You know, whatever floats your boat, guys. Whatever works. Alright. Now our pink. So our our U is going to be pink. And our H is going to be pink as well. Alright, let's get some green. And these are just all the same colors that I just used on the door hanger. We're just carrying them right over into the sign. To the letters. Key West for and last but certainly not least, purple for the S. Amy, are you still here? Are you ready for graduation? Because it's coming for us. Now, I know that y'all already know, but this is white tulip paint. I have found a place that consistently still has slick tulip paint. It is Michael's. They did go through a period where I would specifically buy slick from there, but it would come in and be still be puffed, which is not what I like. I mean, I can use it in a crunch, but I prefer this. So the last several times I've ordered, and probably to the tune of like 75 bottles, have all been slick. And I'll probably order those over the course of the last 6 months or so. So I feel pretty confident telling you guys that if you like tulip paint and you want it specifically to be slick, to go check out Michael's and have them ship it to you. Now, they might ship you 25 bottles in 25 different packages. I don't know what they're thinking with their shipping methods, because I mean, when I tell y'all I have received the craziest, I mean, like I might get one package that's got 1 bottle in it, and I mean, I order like 30, you know, and then I might get another package that's got 4, you know, it's just crazy. Oh, well, what pictures were we looking at? Oh, the ring, her ring or something, and that's something they get as a junior. That's right. I'm crazy. Ignore me. Me and Bethany both have one graduating. And who, Bonnie? Doesn't Bonnie have a senior, or is hers a junior too? I can't remember. Sorry, y'all. I have some lotion on my hands. They'll dry. Oh yeah, definitely Bonnie, because I remember her senior night basketball stuff. So, okay, let's go ahead and get back into the tulip paint on y'all. I'm just gonna start going around the edge over here. Oh, Amy, it's so much. I mean, it's exciting, but it's sad. You know, this is my second senior. My oldest is a freshman in college. He just signed up for his summer classes today. So this is his third semester of college. He has decided to go into education, which I don't really know how I feel about that. I mean, I want him to do whatever he wants to do. He wants to coach, and he'll be a great coach, like, no doubt. But it just makes me nervous. The teaching field is not what it once was. I know it's not an easy gig, but somebody's got to do it, right? So he'll be a good one. I mean, assuming he sticks with it and doesn't change his career path, but. Yeah, so he took a full load, you know, for the fall and spring semester. He's just taken 2 classes this summer, but he took probably 3 or 4 college classes while he was in high school. So he's a little bit ahead of the game just as far as that goes. So that was a nice option to have, like the dual enrollment. I don't know if that's a thing everywhere. I hope it is because it was so nice. But they literally take college classes like through our local community college, and some of them are actually taught by their high school teachers. They're just teaching a college level course, you know, English, maths, electives, that kind of stuff. And then some of them are actually on site at the community college, which is like 10 minutes from our high school. But anyway, they're free. So like whatever you can take, you know, while you're in high school is free. So, and you can start in the 10th grade, and you can do 2 dual enrollment classes a semester. So in theory, if you did 2 every semester from your 10th grade to your senior year, you'd have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 classes. That's like 3 whole semesters, you know, of community college. So you could literally just have, you would really go into college almost as a junior. Like you'd be a sophomore going into college right out of high school. So it's pretty cool. Okay, let's place these where they go. There's let's not set that down yet. Hold on. Well, that is freaking cute. I don't care who you are. That's cute. And it pops because it just shows up. I mean, it probably would look good on white too. I just feel like it really pops off that black. This is my glue of choice, in case anyone wondered. It's cheap. Well, for me anyway, it's cheapest on Amazon. Like they sell it at my Walmart, but it's cheaper on Amazon. that is a cute. Okay, I'm going to touch up just a little bit where I kind of made a mess with my tulip paint because I was not sure where to glue these down exactly. If you do have to buy from Walmart, it's cheaper in either the hardware section or craft section. I'll have to check that out. I don't know. I mean, I do buy it from Walmart in a crunch. Where is he?
Yeah,
Call him.
What, is he grounded?
No, I'm just wondering where he's at.
Done?
I'm live. I'm about to be done. There's Sam. There's my senior. He just got back from the gym. Anyway, look how adorable this is. All right, my friends. I'm going to hop off of here. Amy, I'm definitely going to check that out next time.
All right.
Bethany and
also,
I'll
you better
be...
be at this house in 2 minutes or you're grounded.
I did not say that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, she said that.
Grounded for life.
See?
Okay.
All right.
Anyway.
Actually, she did tell me to ask you where you were.
Well, I just didn't realize you were. I thought y'all were together
he's
at the gym. Well, how did you not see him?
Oh, we must have just missed each other.
How long you been at the gym, Hugh?
I just got here.
All right. Be careful.
Are you there? Are you at the gym?
Yeah, man, Wilson checked back.
Anyway, y'all, Bethany and I will post our new stuff tomorrow, the templates and the JPEG images. I'll get the emails sent out
All right.
so that you'll have all this stuff. But this is so cute. Thank y'all for giving me a reason to design. Otherwise, I probably would never make anything new because I just don't have time. But I love that I get to do this for y'all. So,
Yeah.
what, Sam? What? All right, love you guys. Have a great Thursday and a good night's sleep.